There are 32 starting quarterbacks in the National Football League. And today I will be making a tier list of all 32 of those starting quarterbacks. Okay, so as you can see, I already kind of have all of like the backups. I already have them all in the D tier. So the D tier is pretty much just the unknown and just the absolute just quarterbacks, right? So we got, you know, Matt Corral, Hendon Hooker. Hendon Hooker we don't really know much about, but he's a backup to Jared Goff. Zach Wilson, we know he is just straight balls. He is not good. Carson Wentz also knows straight boobs. Pretty much same thing with all the rest of the quarterbacks in the tier list. And I might add some more to the D tier, depending on obviously how I feel about him. So we'll start with Josh Allen. And, you know, Josh Allen, I actually have a different viewpoint than a lot of people on Josh Allen. I kind of get shit on for it by my friends, but to be honest, I think Josh Allen is a bit overrated. I'm going to stick him in A tier. I think he's a bit overrated. I don't think he is... I don't know how to describe it. A couple years ago, people stuck him in the Mahomes tier. People literally stuck him in the exact same tier as Mahomes. And that might be a spoiler to where I'm going to place Mahomes. But that just, once I saw that, I kind of was like, okay, guys, like I had a different viewpoint on Josh Allen. And that's not his fault, really. But I just don't think he is the quarterback everyone says he is. I still think he's a good quarterback. That's obviously why he's in A tier. But I just don't think he is the QB1 that people still think that he is today. But Josh Allen's a good quarterback, man. I would be lucky to have him. I would definitely take him if I was a Saints fan. Baker Mayfield. Oh God, Baker Mayfield. Another quarterback I would also take if I was, being a Saints fan. Where am I gonna put Baker Mayfield in this list? I kind of want to put him B. Oh my God, I don't know. I think he's good. I don't think he's... I'm putting him C. I'm gonna put Baker C. I think Baker's really good. I think he had a little bit of an insanity run. He shouldn't even have made the playoffs, to be honest. The Saints clapped him when we played him, and we're not good at all. So I just don't think he is, he did sign a big deal in the offseason. Let's see his stats last season. 28 touchdowns, 10 picks. Actually not bad. I don't think it was that good. Yeah, I'm still gonna keep him in C. I don't think he's bad at all. Yeah, I like that. I like that spot for Baker. C tier. Probably definitely to upper echelon of C tier, like high C. He's a C plus. Joey B, I'm gonna put him, might be a little biased. I'm gonna put him right in front of Josh Allen in A tier. I think he's right there. He's close to S tier, but he's not S tier quite yet. He needs to stay on the field. He definitely needs to stay on the field. It sucks that he gets hurt all the time. It might not be his fault. It might just be the offensive line. But at the end of the day, he's missing games, and that sucks. You don't want to see that for your quarterback. But when he's on the field, dude, he's one of the best He's quarterback 2. I have him at QB2 behind. Mahomes. All right, I keep spoiling it. I'm just going to do it. Mahomes, you're going S tier, buddy. There's just nothing What else do I have to say about Mahomes? Like, is there even anything I can say about Mahomes? It's not glazing. It's just a fact. Joe Burrow, we got him at A tier. Derek Carr, okay. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna put him in C tier. I don't think he's bad. That's the problem with Derek Carr. I don't think he's bad, but he's not good. And when you're not bad and you're not good, you're mid. And when you're mid, you're just in purgatory. Like, Derek Carr is literally the definition of mid. He is as mid as it can get. And so it sucks it just sucks watching because he's not bad enough to where it's entertaining. He's just mid. 25 touchdowns, 8 picks. So slightly, pretty. I put him in the same stats as Baker. So yeah, I'm gonna put him in the same tier as Baker. I actually wanted to sign Baker in the last offseason, bro. Before we signed for Derek Carr, I wanted Baker, and instead I got Derek Carr, of course. Next up is Dakota Prescott. Okay, where are we gonna put Dakota Prescott? One of the most polarizing quarterbacks, if not players, in the league. I mean, this man, there's people have so many mixed opinions on Dak Prescott. And do I want to sneak him in A tier? Do I want to put him in B or do I want to sneak him in A tier? Because he was an MVP candidate this past year. You can't deny that. If you want to be a Dak hater, that's fine, but you can't deny he wasn't balling this past season. Oh my God, I want to put him in A tier so bad. Like, you don't understand. I want to put him in A tier. I'm going to put him in B tier. I'll put him high B tier, B plus tier. We'll leave him at that. I think Dak gets like shit on for a lot of things that aren't his fault. Yeah, he might stink in the playoffs, but as a quarterback, I think he's pretty solid. I don't know if they'll ever win a championship with Dak. We'll find out. Next up is Sam Darnold, possibly the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings this year. And let me tell you, Sam Darnold, I wasn't high on him in college. and we're just gonna stick him in D tier for that. He's not good. I don't want the Vikings to do that to Justin Jefferson. If the Vikings GM should be arrested. If they have prime Justin Jefferson and they trot Sam Darnold out there, that man needs to be arrested if they let that happen. Daniel Jones, I'm gonna stick him in C tier too. I think he's a little worse than Derek Carr, so this pans out right. He did have that one playoff win, and I think that set the Giants back. Like, that season set the Giants back a good bit, because yeah, I think Daniel Jones tricked a lot of people, but he did get a playoff dub, but that's about it. That's really all he did. Justin Fields. Okay, I'm going to stick him. Oh, Justin Fields. Do I want to say that he's better than Baker Mayfield, or is that kind of messed up? I'm going to do it. I'm going to say Justin Fields is better than Baker Mayfield, and I really think if the Bears didn't get the first-round pick this year, the first overall pick this year from the Panthers, you know, they would have been well okay with keeping Justin Fields. Like, he looked pretty solid throughout the year, besides getting hurt. I think, yeah, I don't think he's that bad. I just, you know, they just kind of, they had to get rid of him. Obviously, they got to take Caleb Williams. You can't pass on that for Justin Fields. And I think the Steelers got a fleece, bro. I wish the Saints just traded for him, bro. Like, and he should start over Russell Wilson. I don't know what Mike Tomlin's doing there. And in fact, Russell Wilson, while we're on the topic, let's sneak you. You actually didn't have a bad year. I'm gonna sneak you behind Baker. You actually really didn't have a bad year. You're just criminally overpaid. So I guess that's why we're looking at you a bit differently. I'm gonna sneak you at C tier. I think Justin Fields is better than Russell Wilson. I think Justin Fields should start. I don't know what Mike Tomlin is smoking, what he's cooking, but he definitely should be giving Justin Fields the starting nod. Next, we got Geno Smith. My God, I forgot about Geno Smith. I really forgot about Geno Smith, dude. I don't know. Okay, I don't know how many games he played this year. There's no way he played every game. 20 touchdowns and 9 picks. He had to have missed like a season. Yeah, he did. He did because Drew Lock played a game. I remember Drew Lock played. I don't know how many games Drew Lock played, but I know he played. I'm still gonna stick Geno Smith in C tier. I'm gonna stick him right in front of Justin Fields. I think he's solid. I don't know if he's definitely not the long-term answer, but he's respectable. He's a respectable quarterback. I don't think he's on the same tier as Dak by any means, but I think he's in this row of quarterbacks, just like mid, maybe a little okay quarterbacks. Yeah, I think he's definitely on that upper echelon of C tier with Justin Fields. And now we got Jared Goff, and I'm also gonna sneak Jared Goff in B tier. This might be a bit questionable. Wasn't that bad. I think he's pretty solid, honestly. Like, he was the first overall pick, so he did have some high expectations coming into the league. And did he meet those expectations? I'm not sure. I mean, he did lead the Rams to a Super Bowl. They didn't win the Super Bowl. They shouldn't even have been there in the first place, but I digress. I'm going to sneak him in B tier. I think he had a bit of a resurgence in the Detroit Lions scheme. He definitely got sent there to die in Detroit, and he is putting up some solid numbers. The first season was a bit mid, but the second and third season, dude, he's been popping off. And he's only 29 too, so he's still got a little bit of ball ahead of him. I'm gonna sneak him in B tier for sure. He definitely deserves that respect. And next is Taylor Heineke, and he did start like a game or two for the Falcons last year because Desmond Ridder was just so ass. I think he's a backup. He's a backup. He's definitely one of the best backups in the league, I would say. I think he definitely gets that respect. And that's about it. I don't think he's anything special. Speaking of special, we have Justin Herbert. And he is definitely one of the most special quarterbacks in the league. Probably top 5, depending on how you feel. And because of that, dude, I'm going to sneak him in A tier. I think he belongs in A tier. I think he belongs in the talks with Joe Burrow, Joey B, Josh Allen, and of course himself. He's got a lot on his plate now with getting rid of Keenan Allen and getting rid of Mike Williams. He literally has no wide receivers besides Quentin Johnston. Hopefully they draft Malik Neighbors, dude. I want to see Malik because Malik Neighbors is going to go off. I think he's better than Marvin Harrison. So if the Chargers can get Malik Neighbors, dude, that would be such a sick duo with Herbo and Malik Neighbors. Then we got Sam Howell, the new Seattle Seahawks. Sam Howell, he's gonna go down here. He's not bad, but he's just, I don't know. The jury's still out on Sam Howell, I will say. I'm not gonna give up on him, and I don't think the Seattle Seahawks did either because they obviously traded for him. But yeah, I don't know. He's in C tier, bottom C tier. Next, we got Jalen Hurts, and my God, dude, Jalen Hurts is either gonna be the most overrated or most underrated player most underrated quarterback, because a lot of people just think he's bad now. Like he had a pretty mid season, and a lot of people just have been writing him off just like that. So I don't know where should I put him. I think I'm gonna put him in between Dak and Jared Goff. I think that's a fair ranking for right now because, dude, he's only had one good year. If you really think about it, yeah, he's only been in the league for 4 years. He had the good year 2 years ago, and then last year he had a pretty mid year. He's gonna have a good year this year. If he doesn't have a good year this year, I'd be pretty scared if I was an Eagles fan. Jimmy G, I'm a sneaky in D tier. Kirk Cousins. Where do we sneak Kirk Cousins, dude? He was balling before he got hurt last year, but then he got hurt. And now he's on the Falcons. I don't know. Nobody knows if he's gonna be the same guy, the same ball player after that injury. But I will give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll sneak him behind Hurts in B tier. He was balling before he got hurt, and he's not going to have Jettis, though. He's not going to have Justin Jefferson. He will have Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Darnell Mooney. I mean, hopefully, not hopefully, because I don't want to see the Falcons be good. But, I mean, if he can somehow replicate his success, even without having Justin Jefferson, that would be surprising. But I'm going to sneak him a B tier for what he did before he got hurt. Kyler Murray. I think one of the most disrespected players in the league by far. I think Kyler Murray's like a lot better than what people say. We're going to put Kyler Murray right in between Kirk and Jalen Hurts. I kind of want to put him ahead of Jalen Hurts, and I'm putting him ahead of Jalen Hurts. I'm doing it. People disrespect K1 so much. That was a bit glazing calling him K1, but people disrespect this man. I don't know why. And I think he's gonna, dude, I'm actually excited to watch the Cardinals next year because if they get Marvin Harrison, that's gonna be a nice connection. Kyler and Marvin Harrison, that's gonna be fun to watch. And dude, I mean, people forgot that one year the Cardinals were like really good. They obviously fell off, but like Kyler Murray was balling that year. And so I think Kyler Murray should get a lot more credit than what he currently gets. Speaking of that, next up is Lamar Jackson. And Lamar Jackson. Only quarterback on this list besides Mahomes to win the MVP twice. I'm not going to stick him in the same tier as Mahomes. I just don't think that's not possible. It's not feasible. Lamar, nobody's on the same tier as Mahomes. It's going to be, do I want to put him ahead of Joey B? Or do I want to put him one spot behind Joey B? Or put him a spot behind Josh Allen? Because I don't know, bro. Lamar is him. He really doesn't have any good playoff moments. He has the one playoff moment, I guess, against the Texans. And that's really wasn't even anything. Like the Texans just got shit on by the Ravens defense. He had such a good roster last year and he couldn't win at all. And you can say that for a lot of quarterbacks, honestly. So I don't want to hold that against Lamar. I'm putting Lamar third. I'm putting him third in A tier. If somebody told me to rank Joey B, Josh Allen, and Lamar, I think that would be the ranking I would give him. I'd probably put Joey B 1, Josh Allen 2, and I'd put Lamar 3. I just think that's what I would rank them. I think Lamar is really good. I think he's a top 5 quarterback, but I just don't think he's top 3. I think that would be the top 3 right here. Next up is Will Levis, and honestly, I don't even know what to think of Will Levis. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to think of Will Levis. So I kind of just want to sneak him in D tier, but I'm not because he is a rookie. He did play last year. I'll probably put him right behind Daniel Jones. I'll put him right in front of Sam Howell, but right behind Daniel Jones. There's just, I don't really know what to think of him. We'll see this year if he's the guy or not. We will see. Jordan Love. I became a fan of Jordan Love this past year, and I'm sure a lot of people have because we didn't know what to think of Jordan Love. He didn't play for the last, 3 years, I think? Was it 3 or 4 years? I think it was 3. And he finally gets a start once Aaron Rodgers leaves. And it started off kind of slow, but then he progressively got better. And by the end of the season, he was looking great, dude. He beat the Cowboys in the playoffs. Not hard to do, but he did it. And he almost beat the 49ers, too, on the road. So Jordan Love, honestly, I think he's a baller. And I think because of that, I'm going to put him in B tier. I'm going to put him right behind Dak. I think it's a good spot. Right behind Dak is Jordan Love. That's where he's going to go. And I'm excited to watch him. I want him to get some weapons. Yeah, they have Romeo Dobbs. They have Reed. I'm not a big fan of Christian Watson. I think he needs some more weapons. I think he needs a guy. So I want to see him with a guy, man. That would be sick with Packers like traded for Devontae Adams again. That would actually be like a W script. Kenny Pickett, I'm putting him down here. Absolute scrub. My God, that was the most predictable draft bust of all time. I'm sorry, Kenny Pickett and Kenny Pickett fans out there. Like, just a quarterback wearing 2 gloves, bro. That's just no aura at all. My God. 0 aura whatsoever. I'm sorry, Kenny Pickett. Just one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. He's already been traded. The Steelers already saw that. Another polarizing quarterback on this list is going to be Brock Purdy. A lot of people don't like Brock Purdy. They believe he's a system quarterback and all those shenanigans. He's the last, bro. He was the last pick in the draft. I'm not that miserable to where I'm going to hate on Brock Purdy. This man should not be here at all. He should literally be the 3rd string, the 4th string. He probably shouldn't even be in the league. But he somehow got his opportunity from a plethora of injuries, and he capitalized on it. Like, I'm not going to hate on him for that, and just because he got placed on a good team. Now, would he have this success if he was on a different team? We'll never know. But you can't penalize him for that just because he's on a good team. And because of that, I'm actually, I'm going to put him behind Jalen Hurts. I think I'm put him in B tier. I don't think he's a top 5 quarterback. Top 10, that's an argument for sure. I think he's a baller, man. I think he gets a lot of hate for no reason. I think he makes plays. I think he does a good job. I just don't think he should be getting that much hate. Like, just for being on a good team. Like, come on, be serious. We got 8 quarterbacks left, and this time it's going to be AR-15, man. AR-15, I had him on my fantasy team. Then he got hurt, missed the rest of the season. But he was a baller, and I'm excited to watch him this year. Hopefully he stays healthy. And I'm actually going to put him right behind Geno Smith. I think his ceiling is so high, and that's why the Colts drafted him to begin with. His ceiling, his potential is so outrageous that he's just going to be so fun to watch. And he showed flashes, bro. He showed flashes last year. Yeah, I'm excited to watch him. Hopefully he comes back the exact same after that injury. If he didn't get hurt, we could have been talking about putting him like high B tier. I probably would have put him like high B tier, maybe middle B tier. We now got Aaron Rodgers, and I don't even know what to think of Aaron Rodgers, bro. We don't know. We didn't see him last year. We saw him with 4 snaps, and I guess preseason too. I'm just gonna base it off of what we saw in 2022, and I honestly don't even remember what happened in 2022. But for the sake of things, I guess I'll put him behind Dak. I'll put him behind Dak. I mean, I don't really. He's only getting older, bro. He's not getting any younger. But hopefully we'll see. He should have a good year this year. He's gonna get Garrett Wilson. Mock drafts have him drafting Brock Bowers. He's gonna have a generational tight end prospect. Like, the Jets should be good this year. Honestly, I might bet on them to win the AFC East. I think they could do it. Now we got Matt Stafford, and God, where do I want to place Matt Stafford? He actually had bro, like, people did not think he was gonna be good last year, and myself included, I did not think he was going to be that good. He showed the league why he does not have CTE, why he's still a good quarterback. I don't think he's top 5. Top 10's maybe a stretch. Maybe he's like right outside of the top 10. But I'm going to put him, just for right now, he might be a Puka product. I mean, I almost said Cooper Kupp, then I realized no, he's washed. But for right now, I think I'm gonna put him behind Dak. His stats are I mean, 3,900 yards, 24 touchdowns, 11 picks. Is Matthew Stafford better than these guys though? Honestly, I don't know. I might move Stafford back actually. I might move Stafford back to, like, I'm gonna put him behind Hurts. That's kind of like a nasty, like, that's kind of like a crazy drop off, but I think Stafford is behind Hurts. And honestly, we'll keep him. We'll keep him ahead of Purdy. Next up is CJ Stroud. Okay, here we go. CJ Stroud, one of the best quarterbacks from this past year, and he was only a rookie. That's the craziest part about it. This man was only a rookie, and to my surprise, honestly, he did a lot better. I didn't think he was gonna be that good coming into the league, but I was wrong. I'll take the L on that. And where am I going to place him? Do I place him in the A tier? Do I give him the superstar status in his second year? Do I do that in his second year, giving him some high expectations? I mean, he's going to have high expectations this next upcoming year with Diggs. I mean, the Texans just traded for Stephon Diggs. They're going to have him. They're going to have Tank Dell coming off injury. They're going to have Nico Collins. I'm doing it. I want to put him ahead of Justin Herbert so bad. Like, I'm fighting the demons. I'm fighting the urges to not do that. And I'm not going to do it. I'm going to put him behind Herbo for this season. I think if he has another good season, I'm going to put him, he might skyrocket to, like, above Josh Allen and in this territory. But I'll put him back here for right now. I think he's well deserved of A tier. I think he's a beast. I think he's going to continue to keep getting better. I mean, it's going to be hard for him to top that season that he had this past year, but they just got Diggs, so that could definitely help him do that. But a quarterback that hasn't lived up to the expectations, in my opinion, is Trevor Lawrence. I was never a big T-Law fan coming out of college. They labeled him this generational prospect and this and that, and I just never saw it. Like, I know you're going to think hindsight's 2020, but I always thought this. I never thought he was that good. I thought he was okay. I didn't think he was like what everyone made him out to be. And I'm actually going to place him. I'm placing him C tier. I'm placing him top of C tier. I just don't think he's him. He was supposed to have a really good year last year with Calvin Ridley, and he didn't. 21 touchdowns to 14 picks. Like, he had a regression. He actually had a regression, bro. I think he's a C tier quarterback for right now. Hopefully he can get better. The product of the NFL is way better when there's a lot of good quarterbacks. So I'm hoping T-Law can get better. I'm hoping he can be what we all thought, or what everyone else thought he was going to be. I just don't think he's there right now. I think he's still in C tier. Jaguars aren't doing him any favors. I mean, they just signed Gabe Davis, who's mid. They low-key need to draft a wide receiver. I'm hoping they do for T-Law's sake. Next up, we got Tua T. And Tua T, man, where are we going to place him? I think Tua T is going to go right behind Jared Goff. I'm not high on Tua T either, man. I don't know. I think he's good. I think he's okay. I don't think he's anything special. And the Dolphins are fighting that dilemma too. They don't know if they should pay him. I still don't know what to think of Tua T, of Tua. I really don't. He's got Tyreek Hill. He's got Jalen Waddle. So obviously he's going to put up big numbers. I mean, he had okay stats. 29, 14, 4,600 yards. But yeah, like I said, he's got Tyreek. He's got Jalen Waddle. Obviously he's going to put up big numbers. I just want to see another good year out of him. And we'll pick up on that conversation after that. And now we got Deshaun Watson. God, where do I even put him at? Deshaun Watson. I don't know like what the consensus is on Deshaun Watson anymore. I mean, the man has like a set. He still has a core gold in Madden. Like Madden, EA doesn't even care about Deshaun Watson either. And he used to be so good too, before he became a freak. So it's unfortunate. I'm going to have to move Deshaun Watson. I'm going to have to move him. God, that's a fall off. That's crazy. I'm putting him behind Daniel Jones. I would probably take Daniel Jones over Deshaun Watson in 2024. That's sad to say. That's compared to where he once was, that's heartbreaking, bro. And last but not least, we got Bryce Young, the first overall pick from this past season. And dude, funny story. Me and my nephew were playing football in the yard, and I threw like a bad pass or whatever, and he called me Bryce Young. I swear to God. He's like 7 years old, and he called me Bryce Young. So I guess kids now think Bryce Young's like one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. It's unfortunate for Bryce. I feel like the Panthers did him no favors, obviously. He got put in a terrible situation. But the games that I did watch him, when he played the Saints, dude, he missed a lot of open throws. Obviously he's a rookie, so that's gonna happen. Not everybody can be CJ Stroud, unfortunately, Panthers fans, I'm sorry. But I still believe in Bryce Young. I still think he's gonna be a solid player. I think he's gonna be decent this year, hopefully. They got Deontay Johnson. They might draft another wide receiver. They probably should. I think Bryce Young is still going to be the player that the Panthers drafted. I think he's still going to be good. And I think I'm going to place him. I'm going to place him right behind Derek Carr for right now. I think that's fair. I don't think he's the best quarterback in that division. I think he's right behind Derek Carr and Kirk Cousins and Baker Mayfield. I think he's still the worst quarterback in the division, but I think he's going to get better, and I think he's going to be a good quarterback when it's all said and done. I definitely think Panthers fans would still rather CJ Stroud over him, obviously, but who knows? People say that CJ Stroud would be in the same dilemma if he was drafted by the Panthers, so who knows? But this was fun. This was fun to make, man. The tier list of the NFL quarterbacks for the 2023-2024 season. If you want to see me do this with the wide receivers, let me know. That's going to be fun too. I've always enjoyed tier lists. I've watched tier lists of Mountain Dew tier. I've watched fast food tier lists, and I enjoy them. So I thought I'd make a NFL quarterbacks tier list. So if you want to see a wide receiver tier list, let me know. Drop a like. Deuces.